Do you know those times when you're invited to a dinner and you really don't want to go? Because the idea of spending a precious night out making small talk about lunchboxes and kids' milestones just drains you? I've experienced this too many times, until one day I told myself, no more. I am not available for okay, lukewarm relationships anymore. Not in my friendships, not in my marriage. I am allowing myself to be greedy. I want to bring more to the table and receive more too. Welcome back to the Doula Johanna podcast. Brace yourself for a very personal episode. Friendships and relationships have always been deeply important to me. Maybe because the atmosphere at home growing up was often really tense, I sought belonging and a sense of family elsewhere. I was good at being alone. I read a lot, created fantasy worlds, but I also spent a lot of time with friends and boyfriends. And I was lucky. I had incredible people in my life. Some were there for a season, others are still with me today. I thrived on connection. I still do. In those days, it was easy. We had time. There were shared experiences, shared rhythms. You're studying? Me too. You love dancing and traveling? Same. Even if someone wasn't exactly my soulmate, we could still have an amazing time because we were young and curious and really free of responsibilities. But things changed after I had children. I don't see my friends nearly as often, and when I do, the contrast between my life before and now is glaring. I've changed. There's a depth or a heaviness that wasn't there before. I no longer have the energy or tolerance for surface level interactions. My time is too precious. I want to be with people who light me up, who inspire me, people who are willing to go deep, even in everyday settings. I cannot do one more conversation about diaper brands at the playground. I want to hear about your sex life, your business goals, your biggest dream, and your biggest fear. I'm not interested in okay relationships. They suck the freaking life out of me. I don't need my friends to be high energy or upbeat every time. I can handle heartache, depression, and sleep deprivation. What I crave is authenticity, the willingness to go deep and to connect for real. When I'm with my close friends and we talk about our hopes and our failures, I leave feeling connected, alive. That's what I want. When I leave a coffee date feeling inspired by my friend's courage, intelligence, and resourcefulness, that's everything to me. That's the bar now. I want friendships where we laugh together, cry together, parent together, and be silly together. Where we share wins and failures. Where we grow. I value my friends' advice. I long for their wisdom. And I am no longer available for anything less. I've spent too many hours with people who are nice, but never really let me in. And I know I played a role in that too, but I'm done with that version of myself. These days, when I meet someone new or someone I haven't gone deep with in a while or maybe ever, I say it out loud or to myself. I'm not here for an okay time. I want to know who you are. I want you to know me. And the transformations I've witnessed from this shift have been incredible. And this isn't just about friendships. It's true for my marriage as well. Before kids, we had time. And energy. We made love all night, watched entire series in one weekend. We cooked together. We went outside together. We just had so much time to really connect and really see each other. And now we're basically running a tiny company. Who has to work late? Who's doing the orthodontist appointment? When can I squeeze in a workout? And what would be a good time for my next prenatal? Between parenting, work, and keeping a household running, it's easy to lose sight of each other. We've fallen into the flatmate trap more than once. Polite, functional, tired. And here's the thing. I've always avoided conflict. As a kid, I tried to keep the peace at home by suppressing my own feelings, especially my anger, and smoothing things over. As an adult, that habit stayed. I still hesitate to say what I really need. I tiptoe, I mumble, I speak in riddles. Take this one morning, for example. My husband had been sleeping in as long as he could before leaving to bring the older girls to school. Meanwhile, I was in the kitchen losing my mind, making lunchboxes with a clingy toddler on my hip and muttering underneath my breath. Instead of saying what I needed, I knocked on the bedroom door and mumbled something like, "It would be really nice if you could maybe get up and help a bit." Not helpful, not honest, and not clear. I literally had to stop, rewind, and start again. Let me rephrase that. I need you to get up earlier during the week. Period. It wasn't dramatic. He said, okay, and the next morning he was there. Sometimes the fear we carry around honest conversations is so much bigger than the reality. A much bigger example was the topic of money. I had been avoiding this topic for ages. Once I finally faced our finances and got a clearer picture, I knew I needed to talk to my husband. But I was terrified. I imagined all the ways it could go wrong. But I also felt really alone carrying the weight of it on my own. So I brought it up. We planned a money talk and we sat down together. And guess what? It was amazing. It was fantastic. We drank together. We made a plan. We were a team again. And it made me feel so close to him. I felt so seen and really heard. That meant so much to me. It's so easy to keep chickening out, to let resentment fester instead of speaking up. But every time I take the risk and open up, we grow. Years ago, when our second daughter was 3, we had a long overdue talk about our sex life. I was petrified I would hurt his feelings or make it worse. But instead, it was the start of us growing even closer. Now, 15 years in, with 3 kids and lots of wear and tear, our intimacy feels deeper and more meaningful to me than ever. Honestly, to me, it's even better than in the early years when all we had was time and energy. Because it's easy to have a hot, explosive sex life when you're 26 and child-free. But it's something else entirely when it's hard-earned, reclaimed, and real. So yes, marriage has seasons. Some are easier than others. Some are full of fire, others feel like work. But here's what I've realized. I want more than okay. We deserve more than okay. I know some aspects of our relationships will suffer in hard times. When you have a baby, when you lose a parent, or you lose your job, that's life. But when the storm calms, we can return to each other and say, let's fix this. Let's grow again. Many of our friends have separated in recent years, and I get it. I do. It's so easy to drift apart, to become co-parents or roommates. But I think we can reclaim more. We've had several different relationships in our 15 years together, and I'm convinced we'll have several more. Some of them will be easier than others, some more passionate, but I will do everything in my power to make sure all of them will be more than okay. If this resonates with you, I invite you to think about your own relationships, friendships, marriage, family. Where are you settling for okay? Where could you ask for more? Where could you bring more of yourself? It's not always easy, but it's so worth it. Thanks for listening to this very personal episode. If it stirred something in you, I'd love to hear from you. DM me on Instagram or leave a comment. I would really appreciate if you would share this episode with a friend who might need to hear it too. Until next time, Take care and be your own life doula.